Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome. I'm Annalisa. Thank you for joining me. And this is a pick a card or pick a pile, pick a deck reading for a romance spread for the upcoming month. So whenever you are jumping into this video, this is for the month ahead over the next 4 weeks. And I'm going to be looking into what's been going on in the past, leading up to this point now, and to understand what you really want to achieve this month, and what's going to support you, and how to do that, what lessons are going to be coming up, where to focus, what blocks might come up, and generally where you are headed this month. Okay, so we've got 3 piles for you to choose from. We've got number 1, the Peacock Ore and the Morgan Greer Tarot. Number 2 is the Quartz Crystal and the Cosmic Tarot. And number 3 is Amethyst and the Shadowscapes Tarot. So tune in to whatever feels like it's jumping at you or floating into your being, whatever's like resonating, and go with that pile. And I'm just going to get into the readings. I hope you're well. I hope you had a good last month and that life is life is supporting you. More actually, you're trusting life is supporting you. That's the thing, right? That we have to believe the universe is on our side. So it's not always easy, right, when things are challenging. But it is. If you start listing, like writing down the things where life is really helping you, then you will find the patterns and find the places where it really does want to support you. And let's see. I've pre-shuffled these, but I like to just tune in and freshen the energy as we start the reading. Okay, I'm going to lay out the cards and then I'm going to interpret the whole of them together. So we have the Fool card, Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, then we have Page of Swords, 9 of Cups, and King of Wands. So I'm just reading these upright today, just so you know just how it felt to come through. Okay, last month. Last month. Interesting. Last month was the Fool card. It was taking risks. Last month you were about stepping out into the unknown and not really maybe knowing exactly where you're going to land, what's going to happen when you step there. Maybe feeling naive, feeling childish, feeling uncertain, but maybe also feeling quite optimistic, and this kind of fear and excitement mix of stepping into this new way of, I'm going to get some clarifiers with these just so we get a bit more detail. New way of, I feel like this is to do with your like perception, like the way you look at the world. It's like a risk in how you perceive life or what's possible for you. Some trust in your own like your ballsiness, like your own ability to be brave, to be courageous, and to just try something. It feels really positive. Like even if it was quite challenging, because I feel like there were some challenges. You're really learning about impulsivity, about being, the balance between risk-taking and being impulsive, and learning the difference. Let me see. Where did you get? What was the result? Were you too impulsive? Was this like a healthy risk? Let's see. I mean, everything's fine. If it was like you realized afterwards that was crazy, ooh, wishes came true. It's all, there's no mistakes in the end. It's okay to try something different and to put yourself out there and see what the result is. So I feel like, with the fairy godmother, this is wishes coming true. This is granting you your dreams, allowing them to come into manifestation. So I feel like it's like you're allowing, by taking these risks, it's like you're allowing some kind of dream to come true. And this is a really balanced dream, actually. It's the mixture of this knowledge, of deep knowledge and understanding, of knowing, I want to say. Not knowledge, but knowing. And passion, mixed with your passion. And it's like these things combined, you just stepped out there. And I think you maybe learned where in the past, maybe you've been impulsive, maybe you've taken risks before, but from a different place. It's been a place where you weren't really thinking. You just kind of throw yourself out there, almost like I don't care what happens. But in a sense that you put yourself at risk. It wasn't in a loving way for yourself, that you weren't loving yourself in the way you put yourself out there. But now you're learning about stepping out from a real sense of, I want to say like inner security, but still taking risks. It's a really beautiful balance that it feels like you discovered. This month coming up, so your aspiration, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the court cards, they can represent a specific person, usually. So this could be you, or this could be someone else. But it is this strong feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles she's the Empress is a mixture of all the queens of the arcana. So she has the clear mind of the swords, and she has the fire and passion of the Queen of Wands, and she has the depth of emotion and nurturing of the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles, I feel, is very closely connected to the Empress because it feels so nourishing in the earth. It feels so deeply connected to the ground, to nature, to stability, to being abundant in a financial, physical way. It's like this month you may be really focused on yourself. And it depends on you watching. You're going to have your own sense of whether this is a person that you are hoping to attract into your life or meet with in a romantic sense, or if this is a deep month about self-love and really stepping into a place of deep nourishment and support for yourself, realizing that you can look after yourself independently and you can step into this queen energy. And I feel like you're really getting there into this beautiful grounded place. And it's like you've taken this risk to get to this place. It's like you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable or to be open, but with this deep knowing inside, and it's this really beautiful queen energy that you're bringing in. This is the what's going to empower you. So it's really about working together as a team. This is about allowing support in, allowing help, and working harmoniously with others. This can be about starting new projects. This is a romance read, but for some of you watching, this is going to be about starting a new work project, because our work life can be a real source of self-love, because it gives us a sense of empowerment and a sense of belonging, a sense of our ability to contribute to the world. So for some of you, this is going to be a work project, or it's going to be a collaboration with others. This may be one other, this may be a group of others. It can be many, but this is really what's going to support you. This is what the universe wants you to know, that working as a team is going to really support you this month. Okay? Where you may have some difficulties is your worries and your doubts. So you still have these anxieties around you and these uncertainties, and they're plaguing your mind. I feel like you may be having some real doubts about yourself or who you are, or your self-worth. It's interesting, this energy of putting yourself out there, that's allowing your wishes to come true, but you've still got these uncertainties. So I feel like there's still some progress to make in terms of setting yourself free. Because when I see this card, I feel like there's so much going on externally around you. I mean, these could be real life worries. If you're worried about family members, or about work, or about partnerships, all these anxieties, they force you to go inside. They force you to go deep into your pure essence. And I feel like, this girl, she's like dressed beautifully and sensually and sexually. It's like she's this amazing being, but she's bound up and she can't see who she is. She can't see the truth of who she is. So you may have these issues coming up around this at the moment, that can be connected to this sense of self-worth. But you can see, she's even got this red dress on. It's like, this is who you are. You are this queen already. You already are this beautiful, magnificent being, but you have these doubts, okay, that might come in. And this is a romance read, but I want to say, like, at the end of the reading, the outcome for this month, we've got the King of Rods coming in. So, whatever your orientation sexually, and your preferences sexually, it's like this pairing or this union that's like coming in, that feels like it's coming in this month, or towards the end of this month. So, I feel this is really positive reading. Just wanted to like bring that in. If if you're in partnership already, or you're looking for a partnership, it's like the king to meet your queen. But you're doing, you know that you've got to do this work on yourself in order to attract in the king that you want. You need to step into your queen energy. So, what to focus on this month? This is where this is all coming from. This Page of Swords energy. This is your own mind, or your own ideas that are coming in to kind of poke you, to plague you. They're kind of really prodding you to see, do you really care about yourself? Are you able to really let go of these things? Are you really able to overcome these negative thoughts? And this can also be other people. So there may be people coming into your life who challenge you, and they are reflecting these ideas you have about yourself. So when other people come in and maybe they're pushing you to feel or react in a certain way, be really aware of where you do that to yourself, and then allow yourself to step into this self-love space. So I had an experience with this recently, where I was at an event, and someone actually, I'm not going to go into too much detail because people I know watch this video, but I was at an event, and there was a girl there who basically just instilled this fear into me, and I was really excited about this experience and this event. And this girl came in and was kind of saying to me how awful it was going to be, and that it was going to be the most painful thing, the most difficult thing. And I really had to check myself about where that was coming from, because that wasn't the feeling that I had going into that space. And it was like out the blue, it felt like, where is this coming from? but it really went straight into my heart. It's like I fully absorbed the ideas she sent me, and I realized how resonant I was with it, that it was something that was inside me. So I really had to step back, step away. I had to exert my confidence in myself that I knew I was going to enjoy this, and I was there to have a really pleasurable experience. So this feels like that kind of thing where it's going to be, there may be other people who are going to be coming in and reflecting to you your doubt, and you have to step up into your knowing and into your confidence of yourself that you are confident in yourself, that you are powerful in yourself, and not to let others or your own mind bring you down. This is really a month to kind of come into that space of owning your own mind and owning your own perception of yourself and who you are. And this really is going to attract a romantic connection for you, what you really want. So I'm going to get one more card just to clarify this outcome. Okay, we've got two. This is interesting. So we've got Mike the Myomancer and the Glancona. So this is all about, Mike the Myomancer is all about attention to detail. So I feel like, when with this energy, what it may be is you start attracting in what you really want, because you're able to clarify who you are and what makes you happy, and clarify the energy. And so you're able to be aware of where you are sabotaging yourself, or where you're allowing in others who sabotage you, and you're able to see the reflections and mirrors and the patterns of your own self-doubt and what you're attracting into you. So I feel like this is going to help you attract in who you really want and what you really need, and be clear about it. Because when you're clear in your energy, in your actions, in your mind, particularly in your mind and your words as well, can even be how you talk about yourself. When you're really clear about that this month, then you're really going to identify what it is you want and you need. Okay, so I'm going to continue this in an extended reading where I'm going to look into the relationship that you're currently interested in, or a person you're currently interested in, or a relationship you are in, and look at the past and present and what's kind of coming up this month with that particular connection, and get some advice for you around that particular one. So if this resonated and you've got someone in mind you want to find out more about, then please follow the link below, and you can watch that video for a small fee on Vimeo. So thank you so much for joining. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, drop me a comment, or if you would like your own personal reading, then you can follow the details below for that. Okay, thank you, group number 1. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading, and I hope it's going to be a good one. I hope there will be some very positive and inspiring messages for you this month. And these are pre-shuffled. I'm just circulating the energy a little bit. And let's lay the cards out. So we have the Six of Wands and the Hermit. This is the last month's energy. Aspirations, temperance, beautiful. And the Sun, yay, some nice cards for you. Queen of Cups is coming in as a potential, a restriction. And then Four of Cups, the Star, and Five of Swords. This is interesting. I'm going to get a few clarifiers on these. I'm not going to clarify all of them. Okay, we'll clarify them as we go, actually. Okay, this one is ready already. We'll put that in there. Six of Wands and the Hermit for last month. So there was some victory. There was a victory for you last month in terms of your romance. And what I really want to say with the Hermit card being your lesson, it's really been due to your ability to reflect internally, process internally, find your own inner guidance, your own light, trusting that, and that has led you to come into this really optimistic, positive, self-assured state where you are literally crowning yourself. Like this lion here, it's like you can be proud of yourself, of what you've achieved. And the Five of Wands that comes before the Six, obviously, is about conflict. And it's like you've been able to come into a place where the sticks have been laid down. You know, the conflict has been put down and put to rest. And you are there holding this truth and this passion and this accomplishment. And I feel like you are just feeling very self-assured from this victory, from this achievement. And looking towards the future, feeling quite optimistic. Because you've had all these deep, deep lessons last month. You had a very powerful internal process. And you really allowed yourself to go into it. You allowed yourself to really discover something about who you are, what really lights you up, and what really makes you feel warm, I want to say. What makes you feel like nourished. You're able to nourish yourself in your own space. And it's put you into a really confident place this month. So what are you looking for this month? Temperance card. It's all about balance. It's all about the interplay of opposites, creating a harmonious state. And with the Water, I feel like, really emotionally, finding this emotional peace. With the Hermit and with the Five of Wands, it may have been quite challenging for you last month. There may have been some wounds, your own wounds that you really went into. And you're really looking for some peace and some stillness and some sunshine, a bit of joy and a bit of hope, coming out of this dark. This could have been a bit of a dark night of the soul where you really go into some very deep emotions that we term as negative, like, feeling sad or feeling angry and grieving, that kind of process. But you have come to a place of real success in that. So know that whatever you've been working on, it's been really powerful. And now you're really looking for this sense of achievement and success, I feel, in your practical life. It's like you've been working on the internal world, and now you're really looking to expand that into the outer world and create this beautiful vision for yourself. I feel like this luxurious life. You have an idea. It doesn't need to be luxurious in terms of, a lot of money. It can be, but it's more about just this richness of living, this full spectrum of feeling everything, and having this key. It's like you want to hold this key to unlock the desires and the potential of your life, to really allow yourself to experience beauty and the color, the vibrancy of life, the passion of life, the tasting, like delicious things. I feel like sensorial, I don't know if that's a word. Your senses want to be really satisfied, and you want that physical feeling. So in terms of relationship, this is like pleasure. This is real deep divine pleasure, and this is pleasure of yourself. What do I need to feel pleasured? What do I need to feel satisfied? And then finding this balance, this harmony in how to achieve that in the outer world. Now that you know this richness, what you want, I feel like you know what you want. And it's like, how do I achieve that? How do I create that beautiful vision? Your advice from Spirit with this is the Sun card. It's this radiant light. And I feel like this is you radiating this sunshine. The sun keeps coming up here. We've got from the Six of Wands, the Sun here, and with the Temperance, and then the Sun card. So this is really you radiating your joy, your optimism, your passion, and allowing yourself to be like a child, to be innocent. This could be a bit of a rebirth place, where you've stepped into somewhere where you're feeling kind of fresh and young and new, and this real optimism. I'm feeling so optimistic, and it's like just this expanse around you, and this lush nature, this lush connection to the ground and to the earth, and just feeling this sun on you and this warmth on you, and allowing it to radiate. So I feel like you're really appreciating where you are. And with these birds as well, it's like, you've got these things here, but these things are floating away as well. And it's like just this peace, this real peace of kind of surrender into nature. This is what's going to support you, is this allowing this blossoming. You see these two flowers coming out and blossoming. And then here we've got these plants decaying with the holes in leaves. I never really noticed that. You see the holes? It's like just allowing nature. I always feel when I go into nature, it's like I can really appreciate the full spectrum of life, and I can surrender to wherever I am in the moment much more easily, because I see everything, and I see that I don't need to hold on to anything, that I can just let everything go, because it's all part of the rhythm and the movement and the cycles. So anyway, the lesson is really the empowerment. This is the empowerment for your achievement, is this brightness, this optimism, and this freeness of a child. Play. Allow yourself to play. So what may stand in the way? You've got the Queen of Cups. This could be a person in your life. This could be someone, doesn't have to be female, but just someone who maybe sees things differently, maybe has different ideas, and who has different perspective. So if this is you looking for a relationship, or you have someone in mind, this could be them, this could be someone else. This is just someone who sees, let me get a clarify for this, but like someone who sees, do you know, it's not, this person it is their own power, this person is strong, this person is in their own energy. They're particularly emotionally balanced. This is someone who is very nurturing and emotionally balanced, and they are in their strength, but it's just coming up as a potential challenge to you. Okay, so let's get a clarifier on this Queen of Cups. What is this? The feline, okay? So the feline can be about tying up loose ends. It's about the things that have been weakened, something that has been taken a hit, taken a punch, something this can be a tired energy, a beaten up energy. And so this person could be feeling quite exhausted. So if this is someone you're inquiring about, then they may feel drained. You may feel really charged and full of energy and full of life, but they may be feeling wiped out. They may be feeling kind of sulking, they're kind of sulking. And then this is a queen energy. This is a strong person, but I said they're in their strength. I don't feel like they're in their strength. I feel like they're really weakened, and they're not particularly happy about it. So the kind of the joy and the optimism and the strength that you're in, it's really it can be you're in a different place to this person. Okay, so I feel like this is quite likely whoever you're inquiring about in terms of a romantic relationship, that you're just in different places, and you can see you're like this bright, radiant, playful, energized kind of state, and this person is like in the dark and stooped over and moody and weakened, and this feels like unfinished business, something that is not being dealt with. And let's look into this more, because of the cards coming up here, what to focus on. We've got the Four of Cups, and so for you, what to focus on. And then you look, the lesson is the Star. The Star is all about hope and healing. Hope and healing and your vision and your dreams. This is the lesson. It's about your healing. And we've got these 2 cups again here. Do you see? With the Temperance card, she's got the 2 cups that she's pouring. And here again, we've got the 2 cups that are pouring into this water. And it's this release. I feel like there's this like release of emotion. And this star energy again. Our sun is a star. It's like the star again. So again, it's about, I feel it's like keeping the light even in the dark with this. Keeping that light glowing, that optimism glowing. Because, this is the lesson. This is what you're learning, is how to keep that shining, how to keep that brightness. Because the lesson is about appreciation, and it's about gratitude, and it's about self-pity. And let me get a clarifier for this one as well. I feel like you're kind of in this place of light and optimism and hope, but you may be dealing with someone who's really struggling, and you might find that really challenging, because how can you appreciate that person? How can you keep your cups full, keep focused on the abundance of a situation when you're in such a different place from someone else? How do you keep optimistic? How do you keep it nourished? And the supporting card with this is the Sage, which is all about wisdom. It's about looking inside as well as outside. It's like perceiving the external reality, but also the ability to sense what's going on internally and energetically. So I feel like you may struggle to keep this optimism, or you may be dealing with someone else who is struggling to stay optimistic. Either way, it's about keeping this light and this hope going, about keeping this and this water. I just feel this like this love and this nourishment, and it's interesting with the Queen of Cups as well. It's like keeping that water flowing, keeping that emotion processing, and letting it free, letting it go. overall where we're headed, we've got the Five of Swords. You know, this doesn't look particularly optimistic, this card, but what I'm feeling from it is this kind of laying out is just like, I often feel with this card like this person's just given up. It's like, I give up. But you see where they're lying? They're lying inside this pentagram, inside this sacred geometry, and I feel like it's this surrender. It's like all this struggle, all this pain, all this conflict, it's like I surrender. And I feel like this is where you're going. It's like towards this ability to surrender, or this need to surrender with these worries. Surrender your worries. And we've got supporting that the Collective of Pixies and the Friends card. So yeah, this is really outside influence and influence from other people. And influence and surrender to the larger good, the larger collective. The Collective of Pixies is all about the group. It's about the tribe. And with this, it's like I'm almost feeling like there's this kind of mob mentality. You just have to surrender somehow. You're coming to this place of just letting go. And with the Friends card as well, this can be like also about allowing support, allowing other people to help you, allowing other people to support you, other people to lift you up. Because when things are challenging, it's like when you surrender, it allows others to come in. So I feel like you may be learning about how to it's really moving from a place of being very much focused on you to how your energy is interacting with other people coming in as influence or a block to what you want to achieve. And this kind of surrender to this support or this almost to these choices, like allowing your friends to support you, allowing others to support you. And this is a romance read, but it feels, often I feel in the romance reads, it's often, I'm really focused on the individual, on you and what you're experiencing, because that is what is important in terms of the connection. And then it will come up how it relates to others. So I'm going to get another card. I just want to understand why we've got these groups of other people in connection to the Five of Swords. Let me get another clarifier. Okay, the Fool card. Yeah, it's surrendering. It's this taking a chance on others, allowing other people to move you and hold you and support you. This laying down, this surrender. It's about trusting in the universe to hold you. And I feel like, you may have been through all this pain, or there may be this pain around you, or this challenges around you, especially with the Six of Wands energy. So, this conflict that you've moved through, or challenges you've moved through, it's almost like they're back again. It's almost like I don't want to worry you, but, well, not even back again, but just this kind of surrender that, I can't control others. I can't control other people. I can't make other people do what I want them to do or feel how I want them to feel. But this feels like this is a lot of people. So this may be people who influence your romantic relationships. This could be your romantic relationships, or their family, your friends. But it's like, you just have to surrender. It's this whole thing. It's like, I can't change other people, all I can change is myself. So I feel like this is coming up for you this month. I'm going to continue this in an extended reading. The link will be below. I'm going to look into the particular connection that you are inquiring about to see in more detail what's been going on in the past, what's going on now, and what's coming up in the future this month around that particular relationship, and some advice and guidance for that connection. So if this is resonating and you want to find out a bit more, please follow the link below. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, book a private reading if you want some more personal information, something that relates directly to you. I've got some great testimonials below, so if you'd like a private reading, please click there. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful and that you really are able to stay in your light and stay in your hope and optimism, and are able to kind of surrender this like wisdom to observe and surrender to what's going on around you, because it feels like there's a lot going on around you, and it's really about you holding on to your light internally this month. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to speaking to you again another time. Okay, hi, group number 3. Thank you for tuning in with me. I'm Annalise. Sorry, I think I already introduced myself. Anyway, reading number 3. These cards are pre-shuffled. I'm just circulating a bit more energy coming in. And I'm going to lay out the cards and then I'm going to read them for you. So we've got the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Tower, the 7 of Cups, and the Hierophant. The Ace of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Emperor. Wow, this is a really interesting spread. Very, very interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull some clarifiers for this as we go. First of all, looking towards your past, you can get a sense of if this is resonating. The 9 of Cups, this is your previous month, how it's been, and it's been about self-love. It's been about nourishing yourself and feeding yourself and really coming into or focusing on a place where you're really looking after yourself and what's important to you. It feels like it may have been quite an emotional month. You may have been purifying, purging a lot of emotions, that you may have been crying or grieving or getting angry, but just allowing emotion to move in you, perhaps more than you have done before, and it may have felt like almost uncontrollable, this kind of sense of being caught in this wave, in this swirling movement. But it served to release from you. It served to let things go and to let things shift within you. And I feel like you've allowed yourself to come into some new knowing and understanding about yourself through this. And this kind of peace, I feel like you've almost found this peace in this place where you've been allowed to surrender to your emotion. And this has kind of really started to build you up into a new way of being, a new way of seeing yourself. Because the lesson that you've been learning is the Queen of Wands. It's all about standing in your strength, standing in your passion, your power, expression. I feel like expression's been important for you this month, about really knowing what it is you desire, what you want to create, in the world. With her playing the harp, it's like, what sound you want to put out into the world? What's the vibration you want to release and send out? And letting other people know, with all these animals kind of listening and paying attention. It's like coming into a place where you can express your passion and actually say, this is what I want. This is what fulfills me. And it's as a result of this process of coming into self-love. Because when you really love yourself and value your opinions, value your own ideas, then you're able to step into a place where you can say to the world, this is who I am, and this is what I want to be, and this is what is important to me, what I want to say. This is really beautiful energy for the last month. This is interesting. Your aspiration for this month is the Tower. You wanna like set something on fire. You wanna allow something to die, allow something to be destroyed. You want something to just crash. Now, this could be a relationship. This could just be a mindset or just the way your life has been. It's like you're coming into this month with some quite strong passion about setting things alight that no longer serve you, that are not important to you, and burning things back to the root, back to the core, back to what is really important, what really matters, beyond everything else. Get rid of the fancy towers and the twiddly leaves and everything, coming back to the essence of what truly, truly matters at the core for you. And this is with drama. This is a very dramatic card, and it allows for this newness afterwards. So it's like Kali energy. It's like this destroyer energy that's coming in this month to kind of just break things down and break things up and really clarify what is going to grow, what is going to take root. And getting rid of all the brambles and the whatever that isn't helpful. I want to get a clarifier a little bit more. What is this Tower energy about? What is it that wants to be destroyed this month for group number 3? Six of Swords. This feels like the pain and anxieties of the past. Like some challenges, some difficulties from the past. It's like you want to leave it behind. You want to leave behind this. These swords can be mental battles, harsh words, like really setting fire to all that kind of just that crap and that gunk that just has not been supportive, and shifting into a higher consciousness, into a higher place. I really feel this is about you evolving into a higher vibration, a new way of being that other things in the past just didn't serve before. These kind of ideas and thoughts from the past, they didn't work. They didn't support you. They weren't helpful. And it's about letting it go and holding on to this one truth. I really feel like it's coming back to this trunk, this like one deep truth, this one knowing that's really going to take you forward. So what is going to empower you to reach that? This is a mixture. This is the Seven of Cups. When I have this card, different things come through, but I'm feeling now this ability to both dream and have ideas, but also to be grounded and plan. It's like the manifestation. It's quite different from the original Seven of Cups meaning, but for me it kind of isn't, because it's about clarifying what you really want, but also grounding it. Like what are the ideas, feelings, emotions that are just too often the clouds, that just aren't practical. Just right now, what can you build right now? What can you achieve? And it's like you want to destroy, you want to burn, crash, get rid of all this stuff, but it's also like what are you going to build? what's going to support you is remembering, what do you need to build up from? What place are you building up from? Because that is where, you want those solid roots, those solid foundations is where you're going to build. And I feel there's so much potential with this card. It's like being aware of all the possibilities, all the potential. Normally these, in the Seven of Cups, these cups are all filled with stuff, but here they're all empty. It's like, what are you going to fill them with? What are you going to put in the cups? And really having a sense of your intentions. Really, what are your intentions this month? What do you, when you set things free, when you let things go, what do you want to bring in? What do you want to refuel with? What's going to challenge you this month? The Hierophant. There's some wisdom. This is a major arcana. This is like not a trivial thing that may stand in the way. This is, it's a potential thing. It may not stand in the way at all. Excuse me. But it's like, there's some kind of wisdom, there's some kind of truth, there's some kind of knowing that maybe you haven't seen yet, or you haven't fully accepted yet, or you are battling with. And this can be a spiritual understanding. It can be an knowledge, pure knowledge, information. It can be about the law, about justice. It's about this deep, deep, deep knowledge and insight into the whole perspective of life. The Hierophant, particularly here, is this old wizened tree, has seen so much. And I feel like you kind of want to burn things up and destroy things and change things and rebuild, but there's this wisdom. There's this deep wisdom and knowing that you may be overlooking. And with what to focus on, we've got the Ace of Swords. This is a truth, okay? There is some divine truth, some insight, some new beginning, this new idea that is where Spirit wants you to focus, okay? And it wants you to get practical with this idea. So plant this idea, put it in the ground, not just keeping it up in this kind of floaty space, but actually bringing it down into the earth and grounding it. And you can see when the sword is hitting the earth, the sword is coming down, there's all these beautiful butterflies that are coming out, this sunshine and this yellow, and it's planting that idea, planting that knowing. I know this is a relationship reading. This is very much about self. But I feel like I hope this is helping, because I feel like it's about how to approach the situation, romantic situation that you are in, or the relationship that you're in. This is going to guide you with that. My readings, I really try to focus on you more than, what is going to happen or the other person, because we're really working with our reality a lot of the time and with our own mind. And so this is why it's so important to understand what's going on within you for what you're creating this month. Okay, and your lessons coming up, Eight of Wands. You see, she's blowing these seeds off. She's blowing them out to be planted, okay? They're sending these things out to be put in the ground so that they take root and take form. This is the Eight of Wands. This is about sending out the message. This can be... it can be sending it out into the air, but what I'm really feeling for you this month is really about grounding things as well. But it's about this communication, it's about this expression. So for you this month, in general, it's like focus on this truth and really grounding this idea, bringing this truth into your reality and communicating, whether this is to others or to yourself or to the universe. This is my truth. This is what I want. This is what I know. This purity, this single idea, this single vision, and it's this clarity of mind. because the Seven of Cups can be scattered. It can be this energy of scattered emotion and not knowing where to put things. And it's about bringing things into this unity. So I feel like this is the kind of truth, this kind of message or understanding. There's something for you there. The great news is, working with all of this month is taking you into this Emperor energy. This is this very grounded, powerful, passionate, but also emotional, clear, and just nourishing energy. The Emperor, for me, the Emperor and the Empress are almost the same, because they're this integration of the opposites, they're this integration of differences, because they have come into this place of full integration. This is more about the Yang energy, so this is more about action, this is more about creation, and this is where you're going to be at the end of this month, is really coming into this powerful, strong, active energy in terms of your relationships. So if you feel like things are quiet this month, it's like you're just going through this process where you've come into this real knowing of yourself, and now you are clarifying things, you're getting rid of what doesn't serve you, you're paying attention to what is important and what you know, this kind of deep inner knowing, and then releasing it. And this is also, lessons learned. What do you communicate and what do you not communicate? This is really you reflecting on yourself, like, where do I need to share more? Where do I need to hold things in? Because there is also this potential when you are manifesting and creating, if you talk about it too much, it's like it loses its energy, it loses its vitality. So there may be areas where you need to hold back and pull back on communication, because you allow it to dissipate, the energy to dissipate. So there's some kind of reflection on this for you. But it's all taking you into this very powerful place at the end of the month, where I feel like you're going to be really moving into something very strong. So in terms of your partnerships or relationships, this is taking you into a really strong, powerful place with something moving forward. I really see this is communication coming in this month. This is truth. This is understanding. This is communication and knowledge. And then coming into this real strong, active energy by the end of the month, where you can really move forward with something. If this is resonating, I'm going to go into this deeper in an extended reading, where I'm going to look into a particular partnership that you are interested in, that's resonating with this reading, and look into the past, the present, the future, potential future of this connection, and see what's going on with that, and get in some advice, some guidance, how to move forward with it and where it's going. So if that sounds useful or relevant to you, please follow the link below. If you would like a personal reading, then please follow the links below. I have some very good references. And otherwise, thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to speaking to you again another time.